Folks, welcome to FiddleHed Fiddle Lessons. Good to have you. I'm going to do another lesson on the tune Jerusalem Ridge. I already did a lesson that covered the first two parts, and in this lesson we're going to do the rest of the parts. Okay, so if you haven't already started it, then go and watch that. I'll put a link below. And this is an intermediate tune. It's a little bit harder of a tune, just so you know what you're getting into. I'm going to play everything that we're going to do today, and then I'm going to break it down step by step, note by note. And the last part of it is often played in, you kind of have to climb up the neck or reach really high. And so I'm creating a intermediate version, which is transposed down, and then I'm also in another lesson going to teach the high version, okay, which involves second position or a very high reach. So anyway, this is what we're going to do today. Alright, so for those advanced players who are disappointed that we're not going to do the high thing, just sit tight. But you may also enjoy learning it an octave lower. It's kind of a cool thing to do, to take a melody and transpose it one way or another. And easy, not so easy, but a way to kind of like without much thought create cool variations just by transposing into different octaves. So it'll maybe be helpful in that way. So let's get started with the first half of the C part. With more flow. So this piece just repeats exactly twice, and that makes up the entire C part. So let's break it down. We're going to start with open A, D3, D1. And it's kind of answered by D1, low to 1, open. So we have okay, and that's followed by, it's kind of the same melody moving down the scale. Can you hear that? Right here and right here. Alright, so knowing these patterns and recognizing them will help you a lot with learning new tunes if you practice patterns on scales and then just sort of start to look for them. Alright? And then to close out this part, we're going to do open G and then a triplet 2, 3, 2, 1. So it's, let's take a moment and loop just that little bit. Looping is one of the most powerful things I have to give to you. If you just use that all the time, it will help you. I use looping constantly whenever I practice. All right, so let's get back to it. Let's put together the entire first half of the C part. Okay, so we just do that twice in a row to get the entire C part. Awesome. Let's move on and do the D part, the last big part. I've divided it up into 6 phrases because it doesn't fit nicely into a quarter model. So I just kind of, it's normally with most tunes we can divide them easily into quarters. So this one's 6 phrases. With more flow. D1, A, then D3, A1, low 2. Okay, let's do the second phrase. With flow. So that's D1, 3, A, D3, D3. So that last bit starts A, low 2, open, D3, 1, open. G3, open, B. So the whole second phrase, play it slow. We could loop like this. Let's do a little. Maybe that'll help. It's kind of a tricky rhythm getting into it on the offbeat there. All right, now let's do the third phrase. With flow. So D1, A, D1, D1, A, listen. D1, A, D1, D1, A, or the note needs to be E, A, E, E, A. Teaching a new thing to people on FiddleHed called audiation, where you play something and then you try to hear it in your head. Let's try it with this. So like, very powerful way to get better at remembering tunes and playing in tune. All right, and now we're going to end this third phrase with. Sort of weak, and that's going to start at A, low 2, low 2, open 1, low 2, open, low 2, now D3, open, very slowly. So here's the whole third phrase slow. All right, let's do the fourth phrase from the B part, not the B part, the D part of Jerusalem Ridge. With flow. D1, 1. again. Hear it in your head. And then we end the phrase with D1, open, G3, open 1. Putting the whole fourth phrase together. Okay, fifth phrase. With flow. Open A, low to A. D3, 1. And that ends D3, 1. Then D, open 1, open 1, 3, 1, open G3, D. Keep playing it, loop it a little bit. Whole fifth phrase. Okay, we're almost done. We just got to do this last phrase. With flow. So it starts D1, 3, open, so D1, G3, then open D, G3, 1. Pretty sure this phrase is cropped up a few times already. I don't remember exactly where. And then we're ending with G4, 3, 2, 1, a triplet on G4, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1. That's a long note at the end. And instead of, if you have struggled with fourth finger on G, then you can do open D. So we have, or you could slur 3 for the triplet. Think that's really good for a lot of the triplets that crop up in like reels and stuff. Like using slur 3 is nice. So if you can use fourth finger or pinky on the G string, that's maybe best, especially when it gets faster. But it takes a lot more strength to use it there than on the E string. So if you're new to fourth finger or close to learning it, you know, I have lessons on that, and you really just start on the E string because it's nice and thin, and you can kind of let your finger get stronger and more flexible while you're learning it there. So I'm just going to now play the entire D part very slowly, and feel free to play along. Hey, and if you don't have any part of it yet, maybe just pause the video and practice each individual thing. I think the last note is a whole note. It's just, or you've got 4-beat space to work with. You don't have to hold the note the whole time. 1, 2, 3 before you start over. Gosh, that tune is so great. It sounds so mournful and sad played that slow. Should we play it fast once? And so the 5th and 6th phrases where it goes back up to open A. So that's roughly how it normally would end. And the first 4 phrases are transposed down from a higher version, which I'm going to do in a supplemental lesson on FiddleHed. So check that out. It's been really fun learning this tune deeply to teach it to you, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it. And we'll see you next time on FiddleHed. Go to FiddleHed.com for a progressive, step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the video. Excellent! And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.